just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see.
And there's a ball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Hit on the ground to short. Mauricio. The throw to first. One out in the top of the first. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
And that's a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 99.
Here's Aaron Judge at the dish. His 2024 season, ridiculous. He became the first player in 20 years to finish with a slugging percentage over 700.
Yeah, the last American League player to slug 700 was Mark McGwire, and Judge was the first Yankee to do it since Mickey Mantle.
That misses, and a count even 1-1. Judge working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers.
Well, we've seen him flex some impressive power this season, and there's still a lot of time to go. If he can keep up this pace he's on, we could be in for something really special.
Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
The designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Bellinger at second with 2 down. That's in there. And it's 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Bellinger on his way home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently, batting over 300 so far this month.
Swing and a miss. And a count 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's in the dirt. And a pitch. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He's having a hard time catching up.
In the dirt. Two outs. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner in the scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. That's in there. It's 0-1.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
And misses inside.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Up the middle, McNeil jumps, throws, and very nicely done for the out. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and getting to start, Clark Schmidt. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club, and coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
Here's Francisco Lindor. Maybe not an elite-level switch hitter, but still a guy. Some contact and just success as a hitter from both sides of the plate. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, he doesn't get too big with the swing. He knows how to hit behind runners, and those are guys that can just smell that RBI. So when you're talking about a consistent player like this that can give you good at-bats from each side of the plate, that's the guy that you're going to see many times coming up big.
That one way inside. That one to first. Oh, look at the stop. Nicely done for the out.
Man, a lot going on that play. Diving stop to his right in that hole. And then gets up and takes it himself. Man, it's a one-man show.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. That's a little high. Ball one.
That's ball two. 2 balls, no strikes.
Tap foul at the plate. Check swing, and he went 2-2 now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
1 out, base is empty. Just off the inside edge. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on pitchers. The game goes on.
And now it's Juan Soto. That one catches the corner for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Next offering is fouled back. Gets a piece and stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That missed by a lot.
2 strikes.
And it's 1-2. 2 out, space is empty. Inside. The count now 2-2. And he grounds one back up the middle. Slings to first. They get the out on Soto. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Mets. They're down 1-0. set for the start of the inning. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells.
Austin Wells.
Peterson back to work. Fought off foul. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses down and away. Fastball is outside. Pitch misses inside, and now 3-1. Fouled off to the right. Three-two on the way. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the bat
Ashley,
alive.
gracias por suscribirte.
Misses, it's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He's out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little bit. His timing will put him on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Ana, gracias por suscribirte.
Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. That's in there. 0-1. LeMahieu in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he was a second-round pick back in 2009. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
That just misses. 1-2 to count. On the ground to third. Makes a sliding stop. The throw, it's there, and that's a great play.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
2 down, bases empty. Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
0-1.
One now. That misses off the outside edge. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So the Yanks go in order, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the second. Stepping in the long ball threat, Pete Alonso.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
There's a swing and a drive. That's bad. Say goodbye to that one. And this game is tied. It's 1-1. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. So many times a sinker inside is a foul ball off the ankle for the batter. But that time he did a really nice job of staying inside the pitch and getting through it.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Jeff McNeil now at the plate. Here's a high chopper. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And that's the first out.
That
Nice
is it.
recovery after
The
giving up the
designated
homer.
hitter, Mark Vientos.
And now it's Mark Vientos. That's
Ball
off the mark.
inside.
1-0. One out, bases empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. And
That's
another
outside.
ball.
Well, they gave up the home run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that is out of play. One down, base is empty. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 2-2 on the way. Goes down looking. Brett Beatty, the next to hit. First
That's the
pitch
ball.
misses. Tied up here in the early going. Taps softly to the right side, but it kicks foul. On the ground to third. Nice grab from his knees, the throw, and they get the out.
Well, that right there was all pre-pitch positioning. Put himself in the perfect spot to make a great play.
And we're back
Leading
on to
off
the
for the
third
Yankees,
inning.
the
Here's the
first
Yankees
baseman,
leadoff
Paul
hitter, Paul Goldschmidt. Foul ball there. That one ripped. And that ball is gone. His 9th homer of the year, and they jump out front. It's 2-1.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Bellinger stands in now, looks at that one inside.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Ball 2.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Next offering is down low. Peterson, maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Fouled off left side. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
No, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
Oh, and it hits the base.
Love how he became a really
The
tough
right
out with
fielder,
2
the
strikes
99,
right there. There's something
Aaron
about pulling one down the
Judge.
line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there.
Here comes Aaron Judge. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Right through there for a strike.
Well, in terms of hitting rocket home runs, Judge is near the top of that list. Only Giancarlo Stanton has hit more with greater exit velocity than Judge. Look out, though. Shohei is quickly climbing those charts.
Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, out, 3. And they turn the double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Foul ball. Two down, base is empty, but one run across. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swing and a ground ball. Mauricio in plenty of time to first, and that is the inning. The Yanks do get one on the solo homer, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Ronnie Mauricio now.
Mauricio.
And that one's a little bit low. Ball 1. Gets a swing and a miss with the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Missing inside, 2-2. And there's a fly ball deep right field, ranging back onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Plenty of extra carry on that ball to right there. Almost got out of here thanks to the win. It's whipping right now.
Hayden Sanger up now for the Mets. First pitch, and he just misses.
Counts 1-0.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Down the middle for a strike. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that just misses.
Really nice 2-strike pitch right there. Very tempting, but couldn't get the chase.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Dominguez. They got it for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 12.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. And that's
Inside,
off the inside edge. And it's 1-0. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Right side, hard hit. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Down in order go the Mets. And our score remains 2-1. Back now with the Subway Series.
The third baseman,
and now Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Chisholm Jr.
Just missed. Next offering is fouled back. Here's a 1-1. That one
Ball two.
missed. That
Ball,
one
that's off the plate.
misses. Now 3-1. Check swing, called strike. On the inside corner for called strike 3.
Oh, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Here's the shortstop at the play, Anthony Volpe. And foul ball. The 1-1 is fouled off.
To knock it down. To knock it down.
Move to first. Runner on the move. Pitch is low. Throw to second. Tag. And they got him. Home team down a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering is downstairs.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
That's a good at-bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
So a man at first. And now here's Jeff McNeil. He's 0 for 1. And that's down and away.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Cut on and lifted in the air. Judge getting an angle on it. Can't get there. This one lands foul. In the air to left center, Dominguez. Squeezes it, and that is that. Mets strand 1, and they trail it here 2-1. Back now with the Subway Series. Ready now for the 5th inning. DJ LeMahieu will get things going. Peterson back to work. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. The pitch to LeMahieu. Off the mark there, and that's ball 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at-bat.
Missed with a changeup, and the count's even at 2. And a good eye there.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Struck him out looking.
Oh, that's almost just not fair with that pitch. I mean, until the very last second, looked like it was going to be well in off the plate, but the arm side run brought it right back to catch the inside corner. Tell you what, frustrating as a hitter, you give up on the pitch. I honestly honestly don't know what you're supposed to do with that as a hitter other than just tip your cap as you walk back to the dugout.
Now here is Jason Dominguez. Lifted in the air out to left. And there's 2 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Goldie goes 6 feet 3 inches, 37 years young. He's one of the few Major League Baseball players born in the state of Delaware. Next pitch is downstairs. And there's a strike. Outside low. 3 balls and a strike. Cody Bellinger on deck for the Yankees. Three and 2. The pitch is outside and ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it.
Bellinger in the box again, takes a strike. That's ripped, base hit. And out to a board. Aaron Judge at the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
If he can get through this one, put up a 0, this will help in his outings to come.
That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Reed Garrett appears to be getting ready, and I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Razabon getting cranked up as well. And that's a little bit high. Now 2 balls and a strike.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
And that is cut on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
That misses the zone, and it's 3 and 2. Giancarlo Stanton waiting to hit for the Yankees. 2 on, 2 outs, and they're all loaded up.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. David Peterson done for the afternoon, and he leaves with the bases loaded, so he'll look for some help from his teammate coming in behind him.
Now pitching.
Line drive, down the line, and it's foul. All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there. And the Yankees leave them loaded as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Back here in Queens, bottom of the inning. And now the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. And that's way high. And that's ball 1. Swings through that one.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Just missed. Outside low, and the count is filled up. Brett Beatty in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
The third baseman, number 7.
At the plate, Brett Beatty grounded out his first time. Pitch is in there. That's strike 1. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
And that's a fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
1 out, runner at second. And now the shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio. Right through there for a strike. One out and a runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. And that one fouled off. That one not close.
2 strikes.
Now 1-2.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Man at second. He goes down looking.
Well, even if you don't feel great about it, you've got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just put the ball in play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Hayden Sanger. Flied to left his first time. Just missed. Next offering is in for a strike. Late swing fouled off. Baden on at second with 2 down. Good eye in that spot.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
2-2 now. Got him looking. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there. Sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And we're back. Start of the sixth, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And a foul ball.
You know, these Yankees really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen. And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Up and in, and a count 1-2. And that one is inside. Jazz goes down on strikes.
Up next for the
And
Yankees,
stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. And that's a strike. Smoked on the ground a second. Throws to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the sixth.
Now batting, catcher Austin Wells.
Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. Check swing, called strike. The next pitch misses. 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Nimmo brings it in for the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Top of the order, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Yankees 2 and the Mets 1. Mark Leiter Jr. on to pitch here.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of them right here to get some critical outs.
Lindor swings through it for strike 1. Movement in the Yankees pen. Ian Hamilton getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Brubaker getting loose as well. The 0-1. And ball 1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's through there for a strike. Going to count 1 and 2. That's a little bit low.
2-2 the count.
That's inside. Brandon Nimmo in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Fouled off again, and it remains 3 and 2. Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run. and they tie it up. It's 2-2. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. Sometimes a pitcher just has to tip his cap to the hitter. That was a really good sinker down and out of the zone. The place you want to miss, but the hitter looking down there clearly gets to it, and he gets it up in the air.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Here's the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. That breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
That's to third, and that chance handled. Fires across the diamond. One away, bottom of the sixth.
Now batting, right fielder, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto now. Ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first. They get the out on Soto.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Here's Pete Alonso. He's already homered in this game. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, base is empty, but one run across here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Another homer. His second home run of the game. Just like that, they move in front. It's 3-2.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. I'm sure he wanted that pitch down below the zone. It stayed up a little bit. He paid a dear price for it. Just a great swing to the ball, through the ball, and a nice round tripper.
Base is empty with two away. Jeff McNeil stands in. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Counts 1-0.
Two outs. Swing and a foul straight back. The 1-1. Into center and a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Mark Vientos digs in now. Ball one there.
Ball one.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike one.
One ball, one strike.
McNeil off of first with two away. On the ground, out to short. Volpe throws to first in time, and that is that. But two round trippers in this inning, the long ball was working. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, number 82.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Well, one-run game, and now DJ LeMahieu. Inside, and that is ball one. Action in the Mets bullpen. Ryan Stanek getting loose out there. Brazoban warming up as well. Looking to get the tying run on base. Tap softly third base side, a swinging bunt, and it's just foul. That was close. In there, sets him down on strikes. That was pretty nasty. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Jason Dominguez getting ready to hit. Ripped, but it curls foul. And there's a foul ball. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Foul ball still 0-2.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2. And that one is inside ball one. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your bullpen arm when you roll them out there to start a new inning, hold on to a small lead. Just such a stabilizing effect. And not only get the first 2 hitters, but to strike them out. That gives everyone on defense a big boost of confidence.
Paul Goldschmidt now. And that one is downstairs. 1-0.
1-0.
And that is out of play. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. And there's a ball. Cuts at it and misses. That's a strikeout. And he strikes out the sign in the 7th. Down in order go the Yankees. And it's still a 3-2 ball game. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jonathan Loaisiga.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. 1 for 2.
Brett Beatty.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
0-1's the count.
And it's fouled away.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And that skips in the dirt.
2 strikes.
Man at first, nobody out. And next for the Mets, Ronnie Mauricio. Late swing, foul to the left. And the 0-1. Tap foul at the plate. Got him. And there's one down.
Oh, that's a tough at bat right there. You go up trying to be aggressive, fall behind 0-2 in the count, and then spin on one you think's a ball, only to get run up. Probably a little too close to take, though.
Yeah, he had it right. StatCast showed that one missing the zone, but not by a lot. So up next, Hayden Sanger. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. The 0-1.
1-1.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. They get it in quickly, so first and second now, one out.
He was
The center
all
fielder,
over
number
that
12.
one. Really good swing
Let's
right there. He
go.
got a pitch that he knew he could handle,
Lindor.
allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Ground ball, left side. Fair ball. Headed for a plate. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and he scores.
Back-to-back base hits. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
First and second, one out. Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
0-1.
Runners at first and second with one gone. Here the bottom of the seventh. Right down to shoot, and that is strike two. Swing and a ground ball. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
No problem beating out the infield hit right there. Good hustle getting down the line.
fielder.
He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
Juan Soto up now for the Mets. Golden opportunity right here. That's off the inside corner, and it's 1-0.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Gets the outside corner with that one.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
And now it's even up.
Way to lay off that pitch down. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And now it's 3-2. Sanger on third. Lindor on second. Nimmo over at first with one away. Ball four, and a run comes in to score.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the wall. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Jonathan Loaisiga gives way. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Devin
Yankees.
Williams gets the ball now.
Number 38.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Pete Alonso
Now
will hit
batting,
next.
the first baseman.
We just might be talking about this at bat in our post-game wrap. He's proven he can drive in runs in these spots. If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
That one fouled off. Still only one out here in the inning. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Now batting, the
So
second
2
baseman.
down now, and here is Jeff McNeil. 1 for 3.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And ball 1. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Two outs. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. To the right side, handled by LeMahieu. Throws to first in time. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 2 runs in the inning, but they strand 3. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Mets 5 and the Yankees 2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Stanek.
Now
He's having a
pitching for
ton
the
of
Mets.
success facing left-handed
Number
hitters this
55.
season, so this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
Stanek.
And here comes
Leading
Bellinger.
off for the Yankees,
3 for
the
3 with
center
3
fielder,
singles.
Cody Bellinger.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in. Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
This one in the air. Baden moving under this one. And he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Couple of pitches and a quick
The
out.
right fielder, number 99, Aaron.
The Yankees
Judge.
looking to rally. It's Aaron Judge now.
Well, he's always a threat. Even if this guy is 0 for 3 for the night with 3 strikeouts, he can come up that 4th time and do damage because he's that good.
Ground ball, Alonso. He takes it on his own. 2 up, 2 down.
Those plays can be tricky.
batter,
They're
the
routine,
designated
but that
hitter,
doesn't mean it's always going to be
Giancarlo
smooth. He delivered a good
Stanton.
play right there.
2 down, bases empty. Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Stanek, 33 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. There's a strike.
Here's a run-scoring opportunity. You definitely got to push something across because it's not going to get any easier. You get to the 9th, you got a lockdown closer ready to come in.
Stanton, the runner at first with 2 gone. A little bit high, maybe, and the count is 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
And they'll do it again. Here's a 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. The Mets leading by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. This one in the dirt. And that's ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boo. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. 0 for 3 in this one. The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
Tying run at the plate.
Yep, that ball went out.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The tying run at the plate. There's a swing and a miss.
I'd say that stayed in the tunnel for a long time. No chance of even fouling it off.
And fouled off.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
And that misses. And the count's full.
That's a really good take.
Austin Wells on deck for the Yankees. Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Mets 5 and the Yankees 2. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. So now here's the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. Williams back to work. He takes a strike.
0-1. Ball.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
So now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a base hit up the middle. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
The third baseman.
And next for the Mets, Brett Beatty. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Judge makes the catch, and there's one gone. Ronnie Mauricio up now for the Mets.
Shortstop.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Outside low, ball 1. Liner snagged at first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And here is
Now batting,
Singer.
Singer.
Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That one's back there. He's there. He's got it. And that ends the inning. Mets leave 1, and it remains 5-2.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That one
2 balls,
missed.
2 strikes.
That one outside. And it's 3-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And he hits a ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Swing and a ball popped in the air. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away.
Second baseman, DJ Lemanzi.
Now it's LeMahieu up to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Fastball for a strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen, so hard to play catch-up.
Soto puts it away for the out. 2 down.
The left fielder, number 24, Jason.
So last chance for the Yankees. Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. Rips one to right, and foul ball. The Yankees down to their final strike. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
I always loved playing 4th of July games at home. There's so much energy in the ballpark, the red, white, and blue everywhere. And when you get a win, you feel like you did something special. Now it's off to get showered and changed and enjoy these fireworks.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. Ready to go, and stepping in for the Yankees, Paul Goldschmidt. Line drive, come on. As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. This group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored, and you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like it could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of.
Cody Bellinger in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. Peterson, not a big strikeout guy, but still very effective as far as starting pitchers go. One of those guys that involves the defense and really gets them involved in the action.
I got a ball,
1 out,
strike.
bases empty. Pitch in the dirt, ball 2.
He moves the ball around all the quadrants of the strike zone and will add and subtract velocity, and because of that, he gets the weak contact. It's all about missing the barrel of the bat.
Fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, and he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
This lefty matchup thing's not going so well.
Third, the right fielder, number 99.
It seems like this type of guy is kind of a dying breed nowadays.
Well, exactly. When teams are looking for high velocity, high strikeout rates, a guy like this doesn't necessarily do that. So in order to really appreciate how good he is, you have to see him, because if you're just looking at a stat sheet, you might overlook him.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. Big time power. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
We all know Yankee Stadium is a great place for Judge to hit home runs. In fact, his coaches joke and say he can sneeze one out to right. Well, the scary part is it might be true.
Man at second. What a stop. Gathers and throws, and very nicely done for the out.
Batting 4th, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. And that is downstairs. Ball 1. Bellinger stands at second with 2 gone. Little chopper rolls foul. And strike 2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And now the count is even. Runner at second, 2 down. Pitch misses. Full count now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. would be next. Big bat with a potentially huge opportunity. Man on second, 2 down. To third. Beatty to first. And they take care of Stanton for the out. And that is the third out of the inning. It's the Yankees 0, Mets coming to bat. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here in Queens, and starting in this one, Clark Schmidt.
Well, he's putting together a really nice season on the mound. ERA in the low 3s. Very respectable when you consider guys are looking to do damage. They're not trying to just walk and hit singles. They're trying to hit homers and draw walks and score runs. So when you have a guy that can limit the other team from scoring more than a few runs, that's really tough to beat game in and game out.
Francisco Lindor leading things off and takes a strike. Not close with that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. That one missing inside.
Count is 3-2.
Ripped to short. Over to Goldie. Lindor retired. Here's a Mets lineup now. It features a great veteran presence, Juan Soto.
And Boog, he's their team leader in home runs, so you know the pitchers on that other side, man, they took a lot of time preparing for him in that pregame meeting. You know, he's got a lot of pop, and it's real pop. It's not fluky at all. He can absolutely change the outlook of a game very quickly, so watch out when he steps in.
Brandon Nimmo stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Pitch misses there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fought off foul. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 2 away.
Batting third.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Juan Soto. Another solid power season. And a strike on the outside corner at 95. Up and in, and it's a ball and a strike. Gets a piece and stays alive. 2 outs, base is empty. Up the middle, the sliding play at short, over to first, and that's a great play for the out. And the Mets go down 1-2-3, scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Here's the third baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Peterson back to work. That clips the corner. Chisholm 27 years old, and he was born in the Bahamas. The next offering misses, and now it's even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. And that's in the dirt. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. Makes the grab, one away.
Batting six, the shortstop.
Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees. Right through there for a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Batting seven.
Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Just missed. Second inning here, no score.
That's ball two.
Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Swing and a ball hammered left field, and it is out of here. His 12th of the season, and just like that, they're out front. It's 2-0.
I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
One out, base is empty. DJ LeMahieu stepping in now for the Yankees. Check swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first, and he went around. Ruled a swing. One down, base is empty. And there's a strike. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And 1-2.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Got him swinging.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Two down, nobody on. Line drive. That's a base hit.
The batter, the first
back to the top of the lineup, and the batter now, Paul Goldschmidt. 0 for 1 so far. Peterson checks over to first, and he's back. That one finds the zone, and that's strike one.
0-1's the count.
Dominguez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that is that. Two-run blast for the Yankees this inning. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. And we're back. Here's a big power threat. Pete
The first
Alonso.
baseman, Pete Alonso.
Let's go, Polar Bear.
And he pumps it a strike.
Come on, Pete.
And a swing and a miss there.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 0-2. And that one
ball,
missing low.
2 strikes.
That was the
Ball 2.
sweeper, but it missed. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one back. Out of here. And they're on the board. It's 2-1. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Close, but called a ball. And that
Ball
is
1, no
ball
strike.
1. There's the strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Pulls that one foul. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Foul ball still a 1-2 count. Good job to fight that one off.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
Stays alive. And it remains 2-2. Grinding AB right here. About to see pitch number 10. This one smoked on its way out of here. That one felt good. His 9th homer of the year, and we're all square. It's 2-2. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
And now the DH, Mark Vientos. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
He's been known to jump all over the first pitch, so that seems like a missed opportunity right there.
And here it comes. And that one sliced foul. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. There's the strike at the knees.
0-1.
Still only one out here in the inning.
That's a ball. 1-1.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hit on the ground to short. Tosses to first. They get him, but it was pretty close.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Ronnie Mauricio up now for the Mets. The shortstop takes the ball. And it's 1-1. Inning getting started, and stepping in for the Yankees, Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger.
This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses, got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. That one ripped, but foul.
I can only imagine the comfort level of being in the ballpark for those kids who are fortunate enough to have a dad that played in the big leagues. Them being on the baseball field, for some it's pressure, for them they feel that they are right at home. Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. You got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
And now big number 99, Aaron. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. That clips the corner. And Judge spoils that one. Judge waits. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw and save. Couldn't recover from the misplay.
Well, looked like a pretty routine play. Just couldn't get it to stick in the glove as he gets tagged with the error. Should have been 2 outs in the inning, but now they have to work around it and get 2 more.
Man at first with 1 gone. Giancarlo Stanton stepping in now for the Yankees. He's 0 for 1. Check swing, and he went. That's strike 1. Judge leads off first with 1 away. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Got him looking, and he did not like the call.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Chisholm stands in now and watches strike one. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. In the dirt, blocked. And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. One left for the Yankees. Score remains 2-2. Back here at Citi Field as we go to the last of the third. Stepping in, Hayden Center. Fouled off. He was late. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Oh, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie. And you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. Liner, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Waste no time there. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
1 down. Here's Brandon Nimmo. And that one clips the corner. Check on the runner. Lindor back in there. That one down the line, and it stays fair. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Now batting,
Soto
right
up now for the Mets. Grounded out his first time up.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Into center. He dives, but he can't make the catch. As the go-ahead runner pulls up at third.
I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Here's Pete Alonso. He's already homered here in this one. Just missed.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
dangerous hitter at the plate. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Lindor at third. Nimmo at second. Soto at first. 1 gone. That's hard hit on the line. Base hit. 1 run is in. Oh, he botches it.
Oh, he was a little off balance. He got the front foot down, but was so great at keeping the hands back and allowed him still to get good wood to this baseball. Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
Jeff McNeil, the next to hit. He's already homered in this game. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. And another ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in the last half of the 3rd. High fly ball down the left field line. Makes the grab for the 2nd out.
Up next for the Mets, the designated hitter, Mark Vientos.
Now a chance for Mark Vientos.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
2 strikes.
Outside low. 1-2 to count. Went with the sweeper, but it misses. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Hit hard on the ground to the right side. He'll do it himself. They limit the damage here. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to inning number 4. It's the Mets 4 and the Yankees 2. Back now with the Subway Series.
The shortstop,
Start of the 4th, and the batter will be the
Volpe.
shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Lindor settles underneath it, and there's 1 down.
The catcher, number 28.
Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Ball 1 there. And now 2-2.
2 strikes.
Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And down on strikes he goes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Absolutely dotted the edge of the zone right there. That was a tough battle, man. So to make a really quality pitch and just catch him looking like that's got to feel good out there on the mound. That was a fun at bat to watch.
And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. And first offering is fouled off. And ball 1 to LeMahieu.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And misses inside.
Ball 2.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
The left fielder, number 24, Jason.
Now it's the switch hitting
Dominguez.
outfielder, Jason Dominguez. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
1's the count.
Slice down the right side. LeMahieu off of first with 2 away. Just outside. And it's 1-2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
And that one almost hit him.
That's inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And they'll do it again. And look out, as that one ran in and got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Now batting.
Here's
the
Paul
first baseman,
Goldschmidt.
Paul
0 for 2 in this one. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
In for a strike, and it's 2-1. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Two on, 2 outs. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. That's back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 are left. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Mets 4 and the Yankees 2. Back here in Queens,
Leading up
bottom
for
4.
the Mets,
Now here
the third
is
baseman,
Brett Beatty. Splits the plate And it's 0-1.
Well, these
0-1.
Mets doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
Outside.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs, and hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Out towards right center field. Bellinger sizing this one up. Brings it in. And there's 1 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Roddy.
Now it's the shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio. And that one sliced foul. In for a strike. 0-2. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Mark Leiter Jr. getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Loaisiga, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Sends it across to first, and that is out number 2.
Up next for the Mets, the catcher, Payday.
2 down, bases empty. Peyton Senger digs in now.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that one ripped to left and foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And that one just missed off the outside edge. Misses, and that's ball 3.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Francisco Lindor up next for the Mets. Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly, but they still lead this one 4-2. Back now with the Subway Series. And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. Peterson back to work. Line drive and foul ball. He's got an MVP and a Rookie of the Year under his belt. And a guy who's played every day as a first baseman, every day as a right fielder, every day as a center fielder. Toss to Alonso. 1 away here in the 5th.
The right fielder, number 99, Aaron.
Here is Aaron Judge. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
1 down, base is empty. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Giancarlo.
Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. And that drops in for a strike. Stanton, 35 years old, and he's usually in the outfield. Today, he's the DH. the zone. That is strike two. Inside, almost got him. And a 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that's downstairs. It's 2-2.
2-2 the count.
Oh, look at the stop. Off balance speed. There's one. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Home half of the fifth coming up. It's the Mets 4 and the Yankees 2.
Now pitching for the
Mark
Yankees,
Leiter Jr. gets the call
number
from the pen.
56.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed hitters this year,
Leiter
and that's his
Jr.
first test. This looks like a good move to the pen in terms of the matchup.
And now it's Frankie
Leading up
Lindor.
for the Mets,
1 for 2.
the center fielder, Francisco Lindor.
The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Well, these Mets putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
And downstairs. To the right side. LeMahieu is there. To first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth.
The left fielder, number 9, Brandon
Next to hit, Brandon Nimmo.
Nimmo.
On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. Pitch misses there, and the count even 1-1. And there's a ball. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3.
Now
Juan
batting,
Soto
right
up
fielder,
now for the Mets.
Juan Soto.
That one's in there, 0-1. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 2 outs. That one misses, and that's ball 1. And the sweeper is off the plate. That's a little bit low. Pete Alonso would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Nothing doing for the Mets as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Back now with the Subway Series. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Foul ball there. down and in, moved his
2
feet.
strikes.
Lifted in the air down the left side. Nimmo snags it on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Volpe in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1.
Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top half of the sixth. And ball one.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Breaking
Ball
ball misses down and away.
2 balls, 1 strike. That's ball 3.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then
3
no
balls,
panic
1
at all by
strike.
the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Take your base.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Pitch count's getting up
The
there
catcher,
now, and
number
not
28,
saying that's the
Austin
reason for this walk, but
Wells.
this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. David Peterson out of the game. Pretty good effort, and he exits with a lead. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we get back.
Now pitching for
Taking
the Mets,
over on the mound for the Mets,
number
82. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. One gone, runner at first. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Volpe, the base runner at first with 1 out. Just
Ball, that pitch
missed.
is out.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And foul ball. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Here's DJ LeMahieu. First pitch misses. Action in the pen down there. Ryan Stanek preparing to come on if needed. Garrett also throwing. Inside,
ball
just missed.
Ball, that's outside.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Jason Dominguez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That one finds the zone. 3-1. And that one clips the corner.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond.
Ball 4.
Just a tough pitch to hit and not an easy one to throw either. Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there,
Now
or
batting,
for the
the
to
left
help him
fielder,
out and make a
Jason
call with that last pitch, but neither
Dominguez.
happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Dominguez up for the third time here. Watches that one miss. And a swing and a miss. 2 on, 2 outs.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a foul out of play. It's in and out of his glove. Still manages a throw. Too late, and the runner is safe, and the misplay costs him.
The first baseman, Paul.
Well, things that lead to big innings other than hits or home runs are, of course, walks and errors. Free base runners, and they've been gifted with both so far this inning. And that will make any manager in the dugout just stew a little bit, and I'm sure he is right now.
So bases all loaded up. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Paul Goldschmidt.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Just off the inside edge.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Next pitch in for a strike, and it's 2-1 now. Two outs. That misses the zone. 3-1.
Berg, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Ball 4, and a run comes in to score.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Here's Cody Bellinger, 1 for 3. The first one to Bellinger is in for a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
And that one fouled off. Bases loaded, 2 down. Just off the outside part of the plate.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Pete Alonso. Just missed.
Ball 1.
On the ground to Jazz. Jazz tosses to first, and that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. The Mets were around 50 years before they had their first no-hitter in franchise history. It was thrown by Johan Santana right here at Citi Field. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
And first offering is fouled off.
And looking back at that Santana no-no, Boog, it's really amazing that he pulled it off against a St. Louis lineup that was absolutely stacked with strong hitters. A memorable night for sure.
One down, base is empty. And that
One
skips
ball,
into dirt.
2 strikes.
Just
That's
misses
ball 2.
with that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good job to fight that one off. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a splitter.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms
Now
of
batting,
movement.
the
That thing
designated
tumbles
hitter.
out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last
heads up.
moment. He keeps it down. It's just so tough to put wood on.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And they have their first hit since the 3rd inning.
The third
And next for
baseman,
the
number
Mets,
7,
Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty.
First
Ball 1.
offering, and it just misses. Ground ball, Goldie. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Mets strand 1, and it remains a 4-3 game.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the Mets.
back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher
Number
on the mound,
75.
Reed Garrett.
These are the
Reed.
spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading
And
off
hard-throwing
for the
righty
Yankees, the right fielder,
trying to
number 99,
secure these outs
Aaron
against a potent
Judge.
Yankee lineup, and it starts with Aaron Judge. That missed by a
Counts 1-0.
lot. 1-0. Right through there for a strike. Pitch misses,
balls, 1
and
strike.
that's ball 2. And a strike in there.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch-out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Looking to get the tying run on base. And a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Now the third baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Two down, nobody on.
No, that's low.
That's down and in. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. On the ground at first, Alonso takes it himself, and the Yanks go quietly. So the Yanks go in order. Score holds at 4-3. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jonathan Loaisiga.
Left-handed batter at the plate, and he's been excellent in those matchups this year. So this seems like a calculated move.
Ronnie Mauricio up now for the Mets. He's grounded out a couple of times.
Mauricio.
Out to short, Volpe. Fires over to first. And a quick out, number 1.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Sanger.
Next to hit, Hayden Sanger, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch misses. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Ian Hamilton getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Brubaker also getting ready. A little bit low.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at-bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
That one missed. And a 3-0 finds the zone. That's a walk. Went with another changeup and missed the spot.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot.
Now
Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Here's Francisco Lindor. Lindor swings through that one.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
Rip right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. And they add a pair. It's 6-3. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Brandon Nimmo getting ready to hit. The changeup missing, and it's 1-0.
Ball 1, no strike. ball, two strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
Now batting.
Two
right
outs,
fielder,
base is empty.
Juan
Now it's the right fielder,
Soto.
Juan Soto. Just
that's up there.
missed. Base is empty, two away, but 2 runs are in here, the bottom of the 7th. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Loizaga fires. Just misses
down.
the mark outside the zone. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Two outs. In the dirt, 3-2 now. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Mets add 2 runs on this blast. And they've doubled up now. It's 6-3. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Stanek. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. And
Number
stepping in for the
55.
Yankees, Anthony Volpe.
Ryan
The Yanks in striking
Stanek.
distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
And that
Nope, that's a ball.
misses. And that is ball 1.
1-0.
Activity in the bullpen. Edwin Diaz, the closer, is getting loose. Razobon warming up as well. The shortstop takes the ball.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
That's off the
ball
mark, and that's ball 3. So
3-0.
definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at-bat turns out.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Full count.
Swing and a ball popped up. Sanger makes the grab, 1 down.
the catcher, number 28, Austin Wells.
Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. That one ripped right center field. That's back. Into the Big Apple seats and gone. Wow. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. It's 6-4.
Sitting first pitch fastball, and that's what he delivered. He guessed right, squared it up, and he made it look way too easy. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Base is empty, 1 away. Now it's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. First pitch, not close. Stanek, in his 8th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker. The pitch to LeMahieu. Fouled off left side. That just misses, and it's 2-1. And he grounds one to the right side. Slings to first in time.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
2 down, bases empty. Digging in, Jason Dominguez. Clips the corner, and that is strike 1. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across, and we're in the top of the 8th. That's in there, and it's 0-2.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Bounced, and that got the pitcher. Low throw, picked, he's safe. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
Back to the top of the order now. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Paul Goldschmidt. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Stanek over to first. Dominguez dives back in safely. Tying run at the plate. Outside low. And the count is 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And there's a ball. That one fouled off, 2-2.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
And that's way high. And the count's full.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Cody Bellinger in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. The tying run at the plate. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Yankees get a homer to cut the lead. It's now a 6-4 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Devin Williams.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
The first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And takes low for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Hot shot to third. Over to Goldie. And that takes care of Alonso.
Now batting, second baseman,
Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. Here comes the 0-1. Just missed. Movement in the Yankees pen. Tim Hill getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. One down, base is empty. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And the batter now, Mark Vientos. First pitch just misses. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Right side, hard hit. Handles, throws to first, and the Mets go 1-2-3. Mets go down quickly. They're up 6-4. And we're back, all set for the start of the inning. Now, Cody Bellinger. And the first offering a fastball for a strike. Just missed. And that is in for a strike. And the count is 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
And Belly goes down on strikes.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Judge in the box now as he leaves that one up high. The Mets up by 2 here at the top of the 9th. And Judge takes a strike.
Balls, 1 strike.
There's a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing play.
One down, base is empty. Struck him out swinging. Yankees with only 1 out remaining.
This is definitely what a team likes to see out of their closer. Come in and just destroy all hope. First 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. See if he can strike out the side.
Stanton in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. The Yankees down to their final strike. 2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
I always love playing 4th of July games at home. There's so much energy in the ballpark, the red, white, and blue everywhere. And when you get a win, you feel like you did something special. Now it's off to get showered and changed and enjoy these fireworks.
And this one ends with a final score of 6-4. Just about set now. And on the mound today, David Peterson.
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see.
And there's a ball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Hit on the ground to short. Mauricio. The throw to first. One out in the top of the first. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustments. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
And that's a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 99.
Here's Aaron Judge at the dish. His 2024 season, ridiculous. He became the first player in 20 years to finish with a slugging percentage over 700.
Yeah, the last American League player to slug 700 was Mark McGwire, and Judge was the first Yankee to do it since Mickey Mantle.
That misses, and the count even 1-1. Judge working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers.
Well, we've seen him flex some impressive power this season, and there's still a lot of time to go. If he can keep up this pace he's on, we could be in for something really special.
Can't glove it cleanly. Gets off a throw, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
The designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Bellinger at second with 2 down. That's in there. And it's 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Bellinger on his way home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
He's been tearing it up at the plate recently, batting over 300 so far this month.
Swing and a miss. And a count 1-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's in the dirt. And a pitch. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
In the dirt. Two outs. And ball four, two aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner into scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. That's in there. It's 0-1.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
And misses inside.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Up the middle, McNeil jumps, throws, and very nicely done for the out. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and getting to start, Clark Schmidt. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club, and coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
Here's Francisco Lindor. Maybe not an elite-level switch hitter, but still a guy. Some contact and just success as a hitter from both sides of the plate. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, he doesn't get too big with the swing. He knows how to hit behind runners, and those are guys that can just smell that RBI. So when you're talking about a consistent player like this that can give you good at-bats from each side of the plate, that's the guy that you're going to see many times coming up big.
That one way inside. That one to first. Oh, look at the stop. Nicely done for the out.
Man, a lot going on that play. Diving stop to his right in that hole. And then gets up and takes it himself. Man, it's a one-man show.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. That's a little high. Ball one.
That's ball two. 2 balls, no strikes.
Tap foul at the plate. Check swing, and he went 2-2 now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
1 out, base is empty. Just off the inside edge. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on pitchers. The game goes on.
And now it's Juan Soto. That one catches the corner for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Next offering is fouled back. Gets a piece and stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That missed by a lot.
2 strikes.
And it's 1-2. 2 out, space is empty. inside.
ball.
The count now 2-2. And he grounds one back up the middle. Slings to
He's
first.
out.
They get the out on Soto. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Mets. They're down 1-0. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells.
Austin Wells.
Peterson back to work. Fought off foul. The 0-1. Breaking ball
0-1.
misses down and away. Fastball is outside. Pitch misses inside. And now 3-1. Fouled off to the right. Three-two on the way. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the bat alive.
Ashley, gracias por suscribirte.
Misses. It's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He's out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little bit. He's timing will put that on track. Good pitch for the
Ana,
strikeout.
gracias por suscribirte.
Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. That's in there. 0-1. LeMahieu in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he was a second-round pick back in 2009. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Belly just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
That just misses. 1-2 to count. On the ground to third. Makes a sliding stop. The throw. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
2 down, bases empty. Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
0-1.
One down. That misses off the outside edge. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So the Yanks go in order, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the second. Stepping in the long ball threat, Pete Alonso.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Let's go, Pete.
There's a swing and a drive. That's bad. Say goodbye to that one. And this game is tied. It's 1-1. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. So many times a sinker inside is a foul ball off the ankle for the batter. But that time he did a really nice job of staying inside the pitch and getting through it.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Jeff McNeil now at the plate. Here's a high chopper. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Mark Vientos.
And now it's Mark Vientos. That's off the mark. 1-0. One out, bases empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. And another ball.
Well, he gave up the home run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that is out of play. One down, base is empty. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 2-2 on the way. Goes down looking. Brett Beatty, the next to hit. First pitch misses. Tied up here in the early going. Taps softly to the right side, but it kicks foul. On the ground to third. Nice grab from his knees, the throw, and they get the out.
Well, that right there was all pre-pitch positioning. Put himself in the perfect spot to make a great play.
And we're back on to the third inning. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Paul Goldschmidt. Foul ball there.